Sawdudes. In one of my videos, a viewer by the name of Stand Up Moko suggested a Solar Hunter build with one of the most underutilized exotics, Abilites Spaith. You already know I love these types of exotics, but this one is very special. Stand Up Moko suggested pairing this exotic with weighted throwing knives and Skyburner's Oath for on-demand ignitions, and it is insane. Abilites Spaith grants 2 knife charges, and Skyburner's Oath scorches on hipfire shots. Scorch enemies get ignited by weighted knife hits, so there's no fuss about scorch stacks or extra setups. When you consider all the buffs that solar subclasses get, you get an unkillable blade dancer that can clear rooms with 2 clicks. Let's get started. There are 2 supers you can choose from, Blade Barrage and Marksman Golden Gun. Blade Barrage is a solid one-off super that outputs damage in a burst so you can get back to using weapons. Marksman Golden Gun can fire 3 shots and spawns 2 orbs of power for teammates on a precision hit. It does great damage if set up well and helps with super rotations. This is a melee-centric build, so the natural choice is Gambler's Dodge. Weighted Throwing Knife will be the cornerstone for the build since it ignites scorched targets regardless of the stacks they have. For more survivability, I chose to go with Healing Grenade. The cure and restoration it provides will help in more difficult content where there is a constant swarm of oncoming adds. For the aspects, we're going with Knock 'em Down and On Your Mark. Knock 'em Down causes powered melee kills to fully recharge the melee ability while radiant. It also causes Marksman Golden Gun to last 4 seconds longer and makes Blade Barrage release 3 extra knives per fan. On Your Mark grants increased handling, reload speed, and a reload duration multiplier to you and allies for 12 seconds after getting a precision kill. This can stack up to 3 times, with dodging granting the maximum amount of stacks instantly. The fragments this time around will be Ember of Blistering, Empyrean, Eruption, Singeing, and Torches. Blistering causes ignition kills to grant grenade energy based on enemy rank. Empyrean extends restoration and radiant effects by 4 seconds on solar kills, capped out at 12 seconds. Eruption increases the radius of ignitions. Singeing grants 300% additional base class ability regen for 3 seconds after applying Scorch to an enemy. Finally, Ember of Torches causes powered melee hits to grant radiant for 8 seconds to us and allies within 8 meters. Now let's go over Dio Brando's knife throwing attire. For the helmet, I use Harmonic Siphon, Special Ammo Finder, and Hands On. For the gauntlets, I went with Grenade Kickstart, Focusing Strike, and Impact Induction. On Dio's Skin Tight Leotard, I equipped Melee Damage Resistance and 2 variable resistance mods. On the upward curved golden boots, I chose to go with Absolution, Innervation, and Recuperation. Finally, the cloak had Bomber, Powerful Attraction, and Reaper. Like many endgame builds, I prioritized getting to 100 Resilience. After that, go after Mobility and Discipline. Mobility decreases our dodge cooldown, and Discipline will ensure that we have maximum healing grenade uptime. The next section will cover the weapons for the build. Please use the timestamps in the description and pinned comment if you want to navigate between them. Weapon Loadout 1 uses either Pardon Our Dust or Supremacy, Skyburner's Oath, and Apex Predator. The choice of kinetic special weapon defines a lot of the playstyle being adopted. Pardon Our Dust aims to provide a hefty amount of crowd control through disorienting grenades. You can fire this at a group of adds to immediately stop their approach, and follow up with an ignition combo to eliminate them. I aim to craft mine with Quick Launch, disorienting grenades, auto-loading holster, and Vorpal Weapon. Supremacy is more for long-range special DPS. It also provides great backup DPS when your heavy weapon is out of ammo. The best role for sustained DPS and ammo economy is 4 times a charm and rewind rounds. Skyburner's Oath will be our bread and butter for applying Scorch to targets with minimal effort. Hit-firing shots at enemies will scorch them, which we can then follow up with a weighted throwing knife for an ignition. Finally, Apex Predator rounds out our DPS and almost feels required due to the rest of the build being focused on ad clear. Having something that can do both is great and gets even better when buffed by Radiant. Craft yours with Reconstruction and Bait and Switch. Weapon Loadout 2 uses Submission, Prometheus Lens, and Cataclysmic. Submission is a solid ad clear tool and can heal through its origin trait, Soul Drinker. Blitzing through crowds could not be easier, and since it can be crafted with Subsistence and Frenzy, there isn't much need to worry about anything other than pointing at a target and clicking mouse 1. Prometheus Lens accomplishes a very similar task to Skyburner's Oath, but requires special ammo. It creates a scorching field on impact with an enemy, and is Catalyst Grant incandescent. It is much better as a standalone weapon and can room clear on its own. If you do use this, try to focus on applying Scorch to one target rather than trying to proc incandescent. I chose to go with Cataclysmic for the long-range DPS. Since the last weapon loadout is already taken up by Apex, I wanted to recommend something else. LFRs offer a lot of safety since you can't blow yourself up. Cataclysmic takes the safety and allows you to output absurd damage when crafted with 4 times a charm and Bait and Switch. Lastly, let's go over Dio's knife throwing shenanigans. 1. Shoot 1 hipfire shot from Skyburner's Oath at an enemy to scorch them. 2. Throw your knife at them while yelling. At this point, you will have triggered an ignition, so just repeat the process. At any time, you can drop a healing nade at your feet and continue the general loop to keep restoration going. If you run out of knives to throw, get close to enemies and Gambler's Dodge to regen both charges and get back to it. Rinse and repeat. Once again, thank you to Stand Up Moko for the video idea. This build is tons of fun and can actually put in some serious work. I hope you all enjoy it and get to try it out. As always, thank you for watching and happy farming.